Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for choosing to watch my video, and if you would subscribe it, like it, all that stuff, that'd be great. Otherwise, enjoy the video, and I hope it gives you the information you need and is helpful to you. Take care. So I do get a lot of comments with people saying I have saved them a lot of money, and I do get questions, hey, can I send you some money somehow? And now there is a way, if you so choose, called fan funding. You'll find it on the channel page right there. So we're looking at a 2003 Ford Excursion 7.3 liter power stroke engine, doing the heater core on it. This may or may not be applicable for super duties, but seen a couple videos out there. See if I can give a little more detail. 2 heater hose connections back there. The trick is to collapse these white terminals right here. And then just simply, this white is going to stay on the heater core. Boom, simple as that. You just squeeze these two like that, and this is going to stay on the heater core. You can pull this off. There's a black insert and a rubber O-ring and a plastic insert and another O-ring, so be aware of that, although everything seems to have stayed in place. However, these babies are very difficult to get to because this one goes like right up against the plastic inside there, so I couldn't even get my finger on the bottom to lift this up. So I went inside and actually just used the cutting device and cut the heater core since it's being replaced anyway. So one tip is not to really fight with these, just cut the tubing. You might have a Dremel tool or something like that. Let me show you what's in here. A little cut-off tool like this. Cut through the aluminum of the heater core very easily. So that's what I'd recommend. Less headache. Here's the heater core out. You can see I just cut right through. I was able to get this connector off, so I didn't. And again, you'll pull this out and you'll have the white connector on here still, and I just pulled it off with a screwdriver, lifted up the tabs. So here's the heater core. Go inside here. Fits right in there. Couple holes up there. Now in my instructions, it didn't tell me about this black box up here, but there's a black box for me up here. It's a 7mm screw here, and it just slid on this bracket. It just slides on and off. And here it is. You can see where it slides on there. And it's got the hole there. So it sits up in there like this. And I couldn't lift the heater core up high enough. It was hitting this. So I disconnected it. It's got these push terminals. Just disconnect 3 terminals, pull it out, gave me access for the heater core to come out. Cut the cover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolt holes. Don't know exactly how it goes on because actually I didn't take it apart. So anyway, there's a cover, 7 holes. Here's your actuator that goes up on top like so. You just need to compress these little pins here and lift this off. It's a little tricky, but I used the needle nose pliers and squeezed this and lifted up on one corner, then worked to the other side, and then got this with my fingers in the back. Worked it up. Don't tilt it too much because you don't want to break this. This is the door control motor, so you don't want to break that off. So, and then there was 1, 2, 3 screws in here holding this, plus a screw here. Basically these screws here, these bigger ones with the bigger washer, they go here and here. Looks like you could maybe loosen it and turn it, but there's other things in the way, so just take them all out. 4 screws there. Got that. 2 screws hold this in, plus vacuum lines. Then you just tilt it and pull the hook out of the hole. Right there. And a spot for the 2 bolts for the vacuum thing, the vacuum lines right here. Vacuum connector at the bottom of that door. And glove box, just collapse these here, push these in like so, one for each side, and you can drop this down, get your screws and get it out. So we got a 8mm, I believe, swivel and a little gun here. Needle nose pliers for collapsing those connectors on the door motor. 8mm ratchet wrench I used. Another needle nose in case I needed it. I used this. Oh, you didn't need to. 8mm for these screws here, or 5/16. 7mm an extension and ratchet. This is the one single screw that goes up in here, right up there. 7mm. Took that out and slid the box down. What else? I think that's really it. Hopes this helps you do the heater core on your Ford Excursion, maybe even the Super Duties out there. If you see that black box up to the right in the glove box hole, that might give you problems like it gave me a problem. For this cover, coming off and going on has to interlock here with this corner. So this corner actually goes behind the edge. Fairly tricky. The guide pin here. So we wrestled with it and got it around that corner. We'll put our screws in here then. Alright, kind of looking at where we started, where we're finishing. Electrical connector, bolt, got the door controller back in, vacuum lines hooked up, linkage back in, vacuum lines, bolts in here, this thing back together. That's about it. Probably close up the glove box, push that in. Push this other end in, just like that. We can go underneath the hood now and connect our 2 heater hoses. They should just snap into place. So we got our 2 heater hoses. We got the plastic back inserted into these pieces here, both. So we'll just try and snap those into place, and you do need to try and listen for a click. And once it clicks, you want to give it a little pull, make sure it doesn't slide off. But once it clicks, it should be totally engaged. And you can top off your coolant here, maybe a quart or 2, depends on how much you lost. It's got a minimum and maximum on the side here. So that is my version of how to do the heater core on your Ford Excursion, perhaps even Ford Super Duty pickup trucks.